Hello, friends. Oh, I'm happy to see you. I'm Pastor Dave, and I'm here with a new story for this week. And I'm fighting a sneeze right now, so if I have to sneeze, you'll forgive me. Today's story I thought about yesterday, because yesterday I planted seeds in my garden. This is the time of year when it's good to do that. And today's story is about seeds. Well, it's about one particular seed. It's called The Trellis and the Seed. It's written by a person whose name is Jan Karon, and the pictures were drawn by Robert Gant Steele. A trellis, just so you know, you see this thing, you've seen them in gardens. They're like wooden or sometimes plastic frames that plants can grow on. This one's called The Trellis and the Seed, and I hope that you like it. The little seed felt warm in the nice lady's hand. Someone had given it to her at the end of summer because she had a garden and loved flowers. "Here," they said, "this will make a beautiful vine with sweet-smelling blossoms." The little seed, however, did not believe this. It was only a seed, and very, very small. How could it ever be a beautiful vine with blossoms? The little seed spent the winter in a jelly glass on the top shelf of a china cupboard. When spring came, the nice lady went out and bought a trellis for the seed. A whole trellis for one tiny seed! And then she took down the glass and ran a bit of water into it so the seed could soak. "This will make you soft and help you sprout faster," she said. The nice lady went to her early spring garden and found just the right place for the trellis. She put it deep in the ground by her brick wall. At the base, she made a tiny hole with her finger. Then she went inside and picked up the seed, which had grown soft from soaking. She took it to the garden. She put it in the hole. She said, "Goodbye. See you this summer." And then she filled the small hole with dirt and patted it firmly with her hand. Though being someplace soft felt nice for a change, it was dark in the hole. It was cold in the hole. "Don't worry," said the earth. "God has planned something beautiful for you. You will be a green vine with blossoms that scent the air with sweet perfume." There it was again. That story about vines and blossoms. The little seed did not believe it. Days passed. The sun shone and the rains fell. And then there was a stir in the small dark hole. First, something happened at the bottom of the little seed. It felt like a tickle. Then something happened at the top of the little seed. It felt like a kiss. The rain fell, the sun shone, the days grew warm. Soon there was no more seed. Instead, there was a small green sprout. "Hello," said the nice lady. "I knew you'd be up and about. Now, if you'll just climb this trellis, I shall be pleased as anything." Climb the trellis? How could a small sprout climb a trellis that was 1,000,000,000,000,000 feet high? "Just start," said the earth. "The job is half done when you've made a beginning." For many days, thunder shook the heavens. Water stood in puddles in the garden. The little sprout thought it might drown. And then the sun came out. It shone and shone. While the sprout was scarcely paying attention, it became a vine. The vine stretched out a green, curling tendril. It touched something that didn't feel soft like dirt or warm like sun. For a moment, it was afraid of anything that felt so different and tried to pull its tendril back, but it was stuck to the trellis. There was only one thing to do. It began to climb. It couldn't help climbing. It couldn't stop climbing. It climbed to the right. It climbed to the left. It danced out into the air where there was no trellis at all. Then one day it couldn't climb any higher. It tried and tried to reach the top of the trellis, but nothing worked. Its glossy leaves drooped. Its tendrils lost their lively curl. The nice lady came out and, humming a little tune, sprinkled something smelly around the roots of the vine. Then she worked it into the earth with her spade. "There," she said to the vine, "that should be delicious." Soon afterward, a summer shower swept over the garden, and suddenly the top of the trellis didn't seem so far away after all. Foxgloves and hollyhocks blossomed by the doorstep. Cosmos and lavenders bordered the path. Old-fashioned roses twined up an arbor, spilling petals onto ruffled petunias. In the nice lady's garden, everything was blooming. Everything but the vine on the trellis. Though it had climbed all the way to the top of the trellis and started up the brick wall, it felt very disappointed. For it knew at last that the story about fragrant blossoms wasn't true at all. "Wait," said the earth. "God's timing for you is different." That evening, a full moon appeared in the cloudless sky. It rose slowly over the nice lady's house, turning the garden path into a ribbon of silver. The vine felt the soft moonlight steal among its leaves. Something happened that felt like a tickle. Then something happened that felt like a kiss. And soon the nice lady appeared in her nightdress and bare feet, walking on the silver ribbon. "What's going on?" she asked the garden. A wondrous fragrance awakened me and called me to come out." She followed the scent until she came to the trellis. There, half hidden among the leaves, she saw dozens of ivory blossoms unfolding on the vine. As each blossom opened, a heavenly aroma escaped upon the air, bathing the garden with sweet perfume. The nice lady looked on in amazement. She could hardly believe that so much beauty and mystery had come from one tiny seed. "I just knew you were going to be something wonderfully different," she exclaimed. Happily, she twined an ivory blossom in her hair. She tucked another in a buttonhole of her nightdress. She picked an especially beautiful bloom to put by her bed in a painted china cup. "Thank you," she said, filled with admiration. As she walked back to her house on the silver ribbon, a shiver of joy stirred in the vine that blooms only at night. The vine whose lovely name is Moonflower. There's a picture of the moonflower. And over the nice lady's garden, there was stillness and peace. So you see, this seed felt like it didn't fit in. It didn't connect with all of the other seeds and blossoms in the garden. It felt like it was somehow different, and it kept comparing itself to the others around it. It didn't know that it was special in a very particular way, and then it blossomed at night. Sometimes I feel sad when I'm different from the other people around me. I wish I could be just like them. And then sometimes something happens that reminds me that it's good to be different sometimes. I wonder what's different about you. What's special and beautiful and powerful about you? I hope that you'll talk to a grown-up today and ask some of these questions, and I'll look forward to the next time we can be together. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.